Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to take a bit of a different approach. We're really digging into one specific source, a recent Sunday sermon from October 26th, 2025.
That's right.
And our goal here is to pull out these core ideas about, well, living effectively, community commitment.
Okay.
Things like stewardship, unity, dedication.
And we're looking at it through the lens of two key biblical texts used in the sermon. The counsel in 1 Peter and the very well-known parable of the talents from Matthew 25.
Okay.
Really trying to get at this question of what it means to live out, true unity by using the gifts we each have.
And the sermon actually kicks off with a really concrete example, doesn't it? This family, the Unpa family at North Poot Church.
Yes, it's a great starting point. They've been part of that church for a decade now, joined back in 2015. Their kids were young then, elementary school age.
Right.
And it highlights this immediate connection between, let's say, faith and action. The father, when he gets baptized pretty quickly. And now, fast forward, the kids union in college. Patient in high school, they're involved too, playing piano, singing in the choir.
So it shows how family faith can lead directly to service across generations. They didn't just warm a pew.
Exactly. They modeled it.
Yeah.
And that's a model we should probably keep in mind as we dig into what the sermon says is required for real service.
Okay, so let's unpack that. Before getting to the parable of the talents, the sermon lays out these three pillars from 1 Peter. Prerequisites, really, for believers, especially in difficult times.
Makes sense. You can't really build a strong community if the individuals themselves aren't solid.
Right, so pillar number one, individual stability. And the source is really direct here. It says you have to secure your own foundation first.
Yeah, the instruction is be cautious, self-controlled, and persistent in prayer.
But, does that mean just focusing inward? Ignore everything happening outside, secure my stability, and just let the world burn?
Well, the way the source frames it, you secure yourself because of the chaos outside. It's almost a protective measure. It actually warns against getting caught up in judging, other people's behavior or the surrounding culture. The idea is fix your own foundation before you start critiquing everyone else's.
Got it. That actually makes a lot of sense. So once you're stable, pillar number two is relational unity. This is about how we interact, right? Me and you and them.
Exactly. And the core idea here is this genuine love that covers a multitude of sins. Plus, being hospitable, not grumbling.
Yeah.
But there's a really important nuance here. The source cautions against insisting on your own viewpoint, your self-righteousness calls it, even if you think you're just speaking the truth in love.
Oh, right, using sincerity as a weapon, thinking, I'm right, so I get to be harsh.
Precisely that. The sermon suggests that what you see as essential truth can easily come across as just, harsh criticism.
Yeah.
And that actually destroys unity, doesn't build it.
No, okay. So true unity needs some patience. Maybe stepping back from insisting you're always right.
Definitely. And that leads to the third pillar, shared endurance. Recognizing the community isn't just a club, it's a body centered on Christ.
Right.
And because of that shared identity, believers need to be ready for those fiery trials together, understanding that, temptations and difficulties will hit everyone.
So personal stability allows for healthy relationships, and those healthy relationships let the whole group withstand pressure together. It builds layer by layer.
Yeah, that's the flow.
Okay, so we've got the stable individual, the unified relationships, but how do we show that stability? What does that endurance actually look like in practice?
And that's exactly where the sermon pivots. It brings in the parable of the talents, the story the master gives out different amounts of money. But the sermon reframes the master's goal. He's not just looking for servants who do tasks, he's searching for good stewards. And that implies a much higher level of responsibility.
Okay, a good steward. And the source actually breaks down three different levels of engagement, or maybe identities.
Yes, three identities that kind of dictate how involved someone is. First is the child of God. Now, this brings gratitude, which is good, but the source warns it can sometimes lead to really passive service.
Passive? How so?
They actually use these phrases, princess syndrome, or the little boss mentality. Someone who's thankful for their status, but kind of expects others to do all the heavy lifting.
Ouch. That's quite a critique of just being grateful without acting on it. So, the second identity.
That's the servant of Christ. This level requires actual work, real effort, getting your hands dirty, doing the tasks.
Okay, that's more active. And the third one? the highest level.
That's the good steward. This is beyond just doing tasks. It's about managing assets, executing important business for the master. It's taking ownership.
So not just an employee, but like a trusted manager running things.
Exactly. And the parable turns on this idea of the gifts or talents, 5,000, 2,000, 1,000, given out based on ability.
Right. And the first two, the 5K and 2K guys, they doubled their money, got called good and faithful. But the 1K guy,
he buried it. And he gets called wicked and lazy and is thrown out.
Yeah.
And the key insight the sermon pulls from this is fascinating. The 1,000 talent servant had the gift. He was chosen initially because he had some ability.
Ah, so it wasn't that he was incapable.
No, that's the point. It proves just having the talent isn't enough. It's what you do with it. He was capable, but refused to act. And the source mentions the master picked these three from a larger group because they had potential to begin with.
Okay, now this is where it gets really tricky for Unity, isn't it? You've got three colleagues, essentially. The boss is away, and one of them decides to just slack off.
Exactly. That absence of the master is the test. It creates the perfect storm for comparison, maybe temptation.
And the diligent ones, the 5,000 and 2,000 guys, they were apparently up and at it early, like 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. departures to go trading. Real dedication.
While the 1,000 servant, he slept until natural waking. Just took it easy.
Huh. Love that phrase. But how did he justify it?
Fear. He claimed he was afraid of the master, called him hard-hearted, maybe even cruel. Said the master expected results without providing the means or something like that. Fear became his excuse for laziness.
Wow. So what does the sermon say about unity in that situation? Do the hard workers slow down to match the lazy one?
Absolutely not. The sermon is really clear. True unity means aligning with the master's will and commitment. It's not about conforming to the slowest person in the group.
Okay.
The diligent servants weren't looking over their shoulder to see if the other guy was working. Their focus was on the master's trust, on being effective, not peer pressure or, resentment.
And the reward shows that focus pays off, right? This escalation of stewardship idea.
Yes. When the faithful servants report back, the master basically says, look, managing that initial amount, that was actually a small thing compared to the bigger responsibilities I'm giving you now. They prove they can handle assets, so they get more.
And then the hammer falls on the lazy servant. His 1 talent is taken.
And given to the 5,000 talent guy. So he goes from managing 5, doubles it to 10, and then gets 1 more. He's now responsible for 11,000.
Whoa. Exponential growth.
It demonstrates that leap from just being a servant to becoming that highly trusted good steward. Competence is rewarded with more trust, more responsibility.
Okay, so let's bring this home. This isn't just some ancient story. How does this apply today? This demand for diligence, for stewardship in, say, modern church or community service?
Well, the source makes that connection directly. First, the motivation has to be right. Everything done should be for God's glory and power, it says. Not for your own name, not for profit, not for personal recognition.
So selfless dedication is key.
Absolutely. And then it gives this really specific modern example of what that kind of high commitment work looks like. They call it the gospel deep freeze.
Gospel deep freeze sounds chilly. What is it?
Oh, yeah. It's not literal. It's apparently a long-term project they're running involving continuous digital production. Think videos, translation work, subtitles, online distribution, using all the current tech.
Okay. That sounds like intensive ongoing work, like the 5,000 talent level effort today.
That seems to be the implication. And this leads to what the source calls a persistence principle.
Okay.
They're honest. They say, look, growth in numbers, that's something we hope for, we expect it even, but, and this is crucial, they are committed to the effort itself, even if the numbers are currently low.
So persistence regardless of immediate results. Keep working hard even if it doesn't feel like it's paying off right away.
Exactly. The mission itself demands the intensity, not just the current metrics. And this shapes how they view less committed people, the modern 1,000 talent servants.
Right. What do you do about them?
Instead of judging or, getting bogged down in envy or frustration, the focus should be on filling the deficit, making up for the work not being done elsewhere in the kingdom.
Filling the deficit, that's practical.
Very. And they gave a concrete example. Recently, their team apparently planned to upload something like 18 different video programs, all fully subtitled, in just one day.
Wow, 18 in a day.
Yeah, across their platforms, YouTube. It shows this aggressive effort to compensate, to get the content out there because the need exists.
And the scale doesn't matter as much as the effort, right?
Yeah.
The sermon mentioned that too.
Precisely. It pushed back against the excuse of we don't have enough resources. Even if you only receive, say, 300 units compared to some big organization's 5,000, Your responsibility is still to work diligently to earn another 300 or maybe even 500 with what you do have. Maximize your potential.
So the amount you start with is less important than the diligence you apply to it. That's what makes you a good steward.
That's the core message, yes.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway? This deep dive seems to show that being that good steward, achieving real unity and commitment, it's an active thing. A daily choice, really.
Yeah, a choice to use the gifts you have, regardless of what others around you might be doing or not doing.
And that alignment with the Master's commitment, that's where the real reward lies.
And the sermon ends with this really neat scriptural point, comparing the Gospels. It brings it right down to the daily grind.
Oh, how so?
Think about the Lord's Prayer. In Luke's version, the request is for bread day by day. Matthew just says today. Luke emphasizes the ongoing daily need.
Interesting difference.
And Luke also adds that word daily to the command about taking up your cross and following Christ. It's a daily act of commitment.
So while Matthew highlights the immediate need today, Luke stresses the persistence needed every single day, day in, day out.
Exactly. Which leads to the final thought, really, for you listening.
Yeah.
Are you cherishing and using the gifts God gave you daily? Every day. Are you trusting the Master's promise enough to maximize what you have? Or are you maybe waiting, putting it off till tomorrow, risking ending up like that one-talent servant?
A challenging question. How does your commitment today and tomorrow and the day after reflect what you truly believe about the Master's return and your role as a good steward? Lots to think about there.